Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm redoing a drawing that I did when I was younger. So yeah, hi. At the moment my Apple Pencil is just charging, so of course this is a voiceover video because I'm not doing this in real time. That would be way too long. In real time it was about half an hour. And I'm not going to make a half an hour video, that's too long. So yeah, sorry about that. The video might take a while to start because my Apple Pencil is charging. But it's done in a minute, which is great. So hopefully it's done in a minute. Okay, I think it's done now. So what I do is I always start with a sketch in a bright colour, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. I use the Procreate pencil because it's just my favourite one, and I'm just like sketching out the main shape of the face, and of course I need to do a proper neck, unlike what the hell I did in my other drawing. It looks like a demon from hell, but so yeah, I gave this one an actual neck, and I laid out where I'm putting every facial feature. So there's the eyes, and then below it I'm putting the nose, above the eyebrows. You know how a face works. And yeah, and that's basically just like how I lay out my sketches all the time. And I obviously do edit this sketch a lot throughout, but this is like the basis I start on. So I'm just like readjusting it because it was a bit too big for my liking. It didn't look right. Still doesn't look right, but you know, it's better. And then I turn the opacity down so I can do the inking, which I do with a studio pen because I don't know why, I've just been using it forever, so it's my main pen now. And I just fill in the skin tone. It's a lot darker than the original one, but I don't have that skin tone, and I felt like it would be better if it was darker. I don't know why, but the colour drop didn't work, so I had to fill it in manually. I promise it looks fine by the end, but during the process it doesn't look that well. But yeah, and then what I do is I fill in the hair, which is obviously black because we all have eyes here, and the original drawing had black hair. So I just filled that in. So I just like block it in, and then I add in all the facial features. Not much to say about that. It's just colour. And I tried to add that little thing, but it didn't quite look right. So I set another layer and I started with the facial features, which, yeah, I start with the eyes always because the eyes are the most important part of a drawing. You can't have a good drawing without eyes. I'm sorry to anyone who doesn't draw with their eyes at their drawing, it just doesn't look right. So, yeah, I draw the nose like that. You'll see in a bit why I draw it like that. It's literally just nostrils, but yeah, I draw it like that. I don't know why, it looks a bit like a pig, but I like it. I think it's cute and it matches my style. And I put in shadows with a darker colour because putting black outline, it can be good in some styles. I admit to that. Black outlines in some styles can be good, but in my style it's not. My style is very inspired by Sam Does Arts, but again, I've sort of made it my own, in a way. Still looks like Sam Does Arts, no offence to him, because it's way worse, but I took a lot of inspiration by him. And in the original drawing, her eyes were closed, but I'm doing it based on what I wanted to do when I drew it, because when I drew it, I couldn't draw eyes. I just couldn't draw them unless they were like hyper realistic, and I wanted to do more stylized. So I'm drawing them open now so that, I don't know, it's just it's what I wanted to do back then, and I never got to do it because I never knew how to. Eyes. I made the eyes grey because eyes aren't white. If you look at your eyes, they aren't white. So I use grey for the eyes, just like a light grey, and then I shade on the top with a darker grey. I've seen that in a lot of styles because it's very real. Eyes aren't white, and yeah. Also, with my my blending tool, it was a weird one. It was like charcoal. I don't know why. Don't know what style I did that in, but it was charcoal, and I had to change that because I didn't want that. And yes, I'm blending it out because you need blending. And originally I didn't really like the black, but then again it kind of looked like proper shadows, and I liked that, so I kept the dark bits that happened when blending. Don't know why they happened in the first place, but they're there, and I thought they looked nice. They looked realistic in a way, so I kept them. If I randomly stop it because I'm looking at my mistakes, and it's probably in real time, it would be about 5 minutes, so that's why I've sped it up. Because the lips never looked right in the start, so I had to keep editing them, but I don't know what I'm doing there. I was just like trying to make them look normal, but I couldn't get them to look normal, so I just completely redid them. And again, that wasn't centered, and it looked really weird, so maybe because I didn't put in lips. I don't know why I made the lips so light, so I had to darken them later. And I tried the colour drop thing, and it made her look like Melanie Martinez. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it, because she's pink now with 4 eyes. I mean, good for her, slay, but like, a bit weird. I couldn't get the lips to look right. So at this point in time, she just looked like she was constantly chewing on gum, and you took a really bad photo of her. So I had to edit that later on to make it look right. What am I doing now? Still editing the lips, yes, because I couldn't accept that they looked wrong. So I tried blending, but the blending didn't really work. It looked wrong, and yeah, I hated it. I hated it so much. Looked like she had a little bit of a goatee, and I didn't like it. More blending, because you need to blend. And I'm nowhere near finished. It was at this moment I realised I hadn't done the top yet, so I had to do the top, and it was literally just fill it in with black. Again, my colour drop wasn't working, don't know why, really weird. So yeah, I had to do it manually, which didn't take too long, honestly. And now I'm adding eyelashes because I thought eyelashes would make the eyes look normaler. Is that a word, normaler? No, it's not a word. But it ended up looking like incredibly bad, so I had to redo it. Yeah, kind of depressing. So this is me just like removing them all now because I hated them, and redoing them with less eyelashes to make it look like they're more spread apart. Yeah, and then I added the whatchamacallit black bit in your eye because I forgot to add that. And then more work on the lips, making them bigger, making them closer to the nose, because I really hated them. So I just like, again, waiting, looking at my horrible artwork, and then I'm just like, I made a new layer. I put like little pink dots and a little heart, and I blended them out to make some blush, but they were all different blush types and it looked wrong, so I had to do it like that. I had to add another dot on the other cheek to make it darker, and it looked cute. And then I zoomed in and I realised she had blue streaks on her hair, and I really wanted to emphasise that. But again, I made it look wrong. So what I did was I just like scribbled a bunch of blue in. I made a new layer for it because you'll see why in a minute. I just like scribbled a bunch of blue in, and then I used Gaussian blur and I made it like that, and then I like rubbed out the edges of blue fade on her face and around her face, and yeah, it's just so that like I really wanted to emphasise the blue, but it didn't quite look right, so I ended up removing it by the end because I really hated it. I put a lot of work into it though. I like properly blended the edges, I did everything, but it didn't look right in the end. Hi. Zach, I'm recording. So, hi. Sorry, my brother came in. And yeah, now I'm adding the little curvy bit that I tried to add in the earlier bit, and I didn't like that eye, so I just started covering it, because if you don't like something, cover it. That's really bad advice, but it's the advice I use, because I can't fix stuff. So I was just trying stuff out for the hair, and didn't look the best, but looks good by the end, I think, in a way. So yeah, I was just like colouring it in black because I didn't really like it, and just trying stuff out. I'm saying that a lot. So yeah, just ignore me. It looks decent at that point, but it didn't look like it does at the end. And again, I hate the lips, so I'm making them more red, because redder lips always look better. These ones are kind of orangey though, so I had to like, yeah, it's just kind of, I prefer these lips. And then what I did was I added more colour to them, so different colours, and then I had to merge down all the layers to make it work. So I'm just merging them down and then like blending all the colours together to make it, I don't know, it just looks nicer that way. And that looks much better. And then I add highlights, because highlights are the solution to everything. Highlights are the best. And then I added highlights to the hair, because why not? And then I was like, that blending is weird, it doesn't look right. I thought it was a different brush, but it wasn't a different brush. It was just my smudge thing was too small, and it made it look like a different brush, but it wasn't. So yeah, and then what I did was I added more to the hair, because again, throughout this process I hated both the hair and the lips, because they're my weak points. I hate them, and I would rather not do them, but then they'd just look like a bald person with no lips, so I didn't do that. And then again I tried to like make the body smaller, but it didn't look right, so I made it bigger again, smudged it, and then I'm doing more work on the hair, making it lighter at the top so it looks like there's a light shining down, but then I didn't like that, so yeah, I tried to change the background to make it look nicer than just plain white, and I ended up on this pink colour because the pink's cute and it like makes the character pop more, and I liked that. So again, more work on the hair, and don't know what I'm doing now. Oh yeah, I tried an outline on it because I wanted to see if an outline would look good on it, but spoiler alert, it didn't. I just flung my pen lid across the room. Yay. Okay, I've got it again. Yeah, so that didn't really work out, and as you saw, I colour dropped it with black, so the blue didn't stay forever because it didn't look right. I prefer the black, because on the original drawing you can't really see the blue, so it's fine. And I think that looks cute. Yeah, and then I was just like, I put my signature on it, and that was about it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye.